Welcome, everyone, to Todd's World. Carrie's here. How's it going, Carrie?
Awesome. How about you?
Great. Wildly
Good.
opinionated news hour in the
Yes.
house.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be back, getting back to our regular schedule,
I like
helping
it.
people make sense of the chaos.
I know. It's what we're here for.
How was your week? Good week?
Oh yeah, busy week at work. Really good.
Yeah,
It's hot.
yeah.
It's hot. Yep.
It is
And
hot.
tell me
Do
how it's going here because I have new internet.
it is so your internet seems amazing.
Okay, good.
It's really hot here. Like
Yeah,
it's going
is
to be a
it?
feels like of 98 today. And
Oh
it has
my
been
gosh.
just and I guys, I'm in Michigan, so I'm now Carrie's in Florida, so
Yeah,
hot's
I'm
part of the
accustomed
deal.
to that craziness, but that's a lot for you.
It'd be like us being surprised by snow, but like it's hot up here. It's not usually, I mean, we'll get stretches, but this whole summer has just been oh, it's been insane. Like
Yeah,
90s every
it's
day.
only 85 right now here.
Yeah. We've been hotter now. Nikki keeps an eye on stuff because she has a
Hmm.
lot of friends down south and whatever.
Okay.
And
What has she
she
noticed?
claims that it's been hotter here than it has been in like South Alabama. Like just
Yeah,
hot.
that's pretty unusual.
Yeah,
So,
weird. Global
ooh,
warming.
global warming.
Al Gore's
Finally,
finally right.
I know, I was gonna say
He's
all of
been
the
waiting for
chilly
years.
summers, oh, they called it climate change. They're gonna go back to global warming up
We're
north.
on the hockey stick now. Boom. We're going up. We'll be fried in no time.
Ooh.
Did you see so how do you like all this winning? Did you just feel like we're winning everywhere?
Well,
Or do you not feel like that?
I feel like the economy is doing well
Yeah.
because of where I work, and that seems like it's going well. But where else are we winning? Are we winning?
Oh my gosh, we're winning everywhere.
I mean, I ignore the mainstream media, so
Trump is getting ready. Well, you see that they're going after this conspiracy thing, and
about
about Obama and Clapper and Brennan and everybody in the Russia hoax.
oh
Like that's a
yes.
real deal. Trump's going
You
after him.
you think so?
I do think so.
Ooh,
I
what a
hope,
racist he is going after Obama.
I hope and believe that he may even arrest Obama and charge him, even though he thinks
Holy
Obama
crap.
has presidential immunity. I think he just wants to put him through it.
Oh my gosh. That is going to be crazy.
Did you
How
see
do you
there was
feel about him doing it just for the shock value? How do you feel?
Well, I don't know if it's just for the shock value. I see to
Okay.
me, we're in a war. Now you
Okay.
could call it like a cold civil war,
Yep.
but if we don't
I feel that.
so they breached it. The Democrats breached it by going after Trump, all these cases made up, raid in Mar-a-Lago, the whole thing. They blew
Yep.
right by all the norms. And so if we don't respond,
Hmm.
then we've ceded
Okay.
that ground. It would be like Russia invading Finland
Hmm.
and then Finland just
Not
being like,
Finland.
eh, whatever.
Eh,
You know what I mean?
whatever.
And
Got it.
they don't respond. Well,
Okay.
then you're losing that war because they're going to
Yeah.
continue. This isn't going to stop. Like
Hmm.
it, at some point, we have to assume that the Democrat Party will get its shit together and be back, like be viable again. I will say this: census wise, did you see that
Yes.
Trump's talking about doing a new census?
No.
There's a
Tell me
census
about the
done in
census.
2020, and Trump
Okay.
wants to redo it and
Okay.
count only citizens, no illegal
Oh, okay.
aliens in the census, which would
All right.
probably cost the Democrats something along the lines of like 30 House seats.
Oh, do you know what? I read a headline and didn't understand it.
Because House seats, the House of Representatives is based
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
census, so it's proportional,
Right.
and it's based on
Population.
yeah, states get a
Why?
certain number of representatives based on their population.
But I mean,
So
we're just counting, we just are
yeah,
counting everyone
they
here.
counted all the illegal aliens.
I
Nobody
feel like these
cares.
should have two versions, I guess, but and I know people would argue for representation of illegals. And yeah.
Why should illegals be represented?
Well, I was going to say if
Because
they
they're
can't,
here and they broke the law?
no, I'm just thinking through the process because it's something that you don't really think about. And I'm thinking, the reason you want to be represented is because you vote. If you're
Hmm.
illegal and you're not voting, then
If we're
representation,
counting you, it better be to deport you.
like as an American, the idea of representation is very important. It's baked in.
Sure.
I like your term baked in. I use it a lot.
Baked in.
It's baked in,
Baked in a
representation.
lot of the time.
It's what No, so Todd, I what I'm saying is that the concept of representation is so baked in
Yes.
that right away I'm like, my brain's like, oh, like do these people need representation? And it's like, wait a minute, representation is for the people who are voting, and these people shouldn't be voting. So
Right.
I've caught up. I just needed to work through
Yeah.
that process, and I was
Well, there was
clearing
a,
that.
I don't think I have a clip of it.
Mm.
And I wanted to bring this up this week actually, but if I do, I may have it somewhere. But Joe Rogan was talking about how he didn't necessarily, they weren't wanting the the good illegal aliens that Home Depot rounded up. They were more, most people voting for it. They wanted the criminals and this, that, and the other. Would you say that's true? Do you think that
Who, wait, who's
Rogan
they
said that?
wants? Okay, and
The
what are you
American
saying?
people, by and
Oh,
large, weren't
yeah.
looking for farm workers to be rounded up and deported, just criminals
Oh,
and this and
yeah.
that. You think
I
that's true?
I believe that's true. I have
Okay.
heard some very, black and white extremists. I'm going to say
Extremists.
extremists saying
I might be an
get them all
extremist.
out. And I'll tell you, I think honestly, I agree that with that sentiment that we don't really care so much about the ones who are here, who are working, who are legitimately trying to build a better life. It's the ones who, yeah, come in, they're just beating like American citizens in the street and
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, we've got drugs coming in, we got rapists coming in. Yeah, gang members and all that. It's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
We don't
And
need any
it's
of
the
that
bad
nonsense
guys you
here.
mostly want out.
The bad guys, absolutely. The bad guys. And my
Would you
concern
would
too,
you be in favor of some kind of an amnesty for the good guys of what you think?
ah,
Because that kind of, that
I
tripped up Ronaldus Magnus back in the day.
I know we were
Ronald
talking about
Reagan.
that. We talked about that last week, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty much ceded California to the left.
I don't like the idea of amnesty, just, blanket amnesty. I think this is going to sound like a cop out, but based on my knowledge of it, really the only thing that I can say confidently is that I feel like a path to citizenship for people who've proven themselves is a viable, maybe a reasonable approach.
You do.
Yeah, but I don't think it should just be like, hey, if you've been here this long, stamp, 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 you're good.
Right.
It's like, you know, there should be a process. I think but again, like this stuff would take decades. Let's clean out
Well,
the
and it
crap
hasn't.
first.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
See, the problem is now for the first time, Trump may have actually closed the border. So
Yes.
we
Yes.
actually are in
Stop
a
the bleeding.
situation. But see, I am of the opinion that
Okay.
that illegals
Mm-hmm.
do more harm to our society
Mm-hmm.
than just those who are criminals, than
Okay.
just those who are breaking, well, the laws that we don't want them to break. I guess some laws we think are okay to break. But
I know
I
what you
mean,
mean. Violent criminals or,
right.
drug. I
But
hear
see,
you.
to me, much of what we're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
is would be if you could deport. Now, I understand it's a steep hill to climb to deport 20 million people.
Yeah.
To be fair, Eisenhower, I think, deported 5 or 6 million in the 50s with
Really?
probably far less resources than our federal
I was gonna
government
say
currently has,
the technological resources, I can't even imagine how they
and
found them.
put a moratorium on any immigration. I can't remember for how long. I don't know if it was 10
Really?
years or yes. I think the same
Like
thing should
Eisenhower.
happen. I think that we should deport because when you deport 20 million people, rents go down. There's a bunch of things where supply
Mm-hmm.
just starts to help middle class Americans. Wages are going up. That was something that came out this week. That
Okay.
that Trump had a chart and he had, I don't remember who was in there talking about it, but middle class wages compared to inflation have outpaced inflation in the first part of Trump's term by like double
Wow.
incomes. Yeah, middle
Okay.
class incomes, if that's how you want to think about it. Working class. I don't remember what the exact
Right.
definition
And
is.
that is
And
being
that would
attributed
increase
to what?
more
Okay.
the more illegal aliens go out. Now, see, I saw something on. Oh, I know who I've got talking about this. I got Bill Maher and I've got
Oh,
uh, Dr. Phil.
let's go, Bill. Oh, nice.
It's kind of an interesting combo,
Together?
right?
Like the
Together,
two? Oh,
yes.
okay. On whose
On Bill Maher's
stage?
show, they're
Interesting.
talking about this. Hold on, I don't have it up. I was just looking for it. Where'd it go? I thought I had it up. So I put a bunch of tabs up that I want to talk about, but then I forget some. Or we stumble into things. And so here he is. Now this is Bill Maher. Oh wait, this isn't the right clip. Sorry guys. That is Bill Maher, and he also had who's the black guy who they talk about running for president? Stephen, what's his name? Is it Stephen A or something? I don't know. He's
I
a
don't know.
ESPN guy, a sports guy. But
Excuse me.
anyway,
Sorry.
that's talking about Pete Buttigieg and why he's got zero African American support.
Oh my gosh.
We might go back to
His
that, but this is
his efforts, I'm sorry, his efforts are the cringiest things.
he's out there chest feeding up in Traverse City. Good Lord.
Oh no, what's
Okay.
he doing in
He
Michigan?
lives in Traverse City with his husband,
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
raising the children they bought, especially farm raised. Okay. Let's
Oh
go.
no.
This is Bill Maher and Dr. Phil.
Okay.
It's a longer clip, 3 minutes. We'll see if we get through it, but you'll get the idea. And he's kind of talking about what we're talking about.
Why
Okay.
are you going on these ICE raids? I don't understand that. You're a guy who
Hold on. I forgot to bring up my audio settings so I can turn up clips. I got to turn these
Okay,
things up.
good.
The whole time I'm playing
That's
with
pretty
volume,
low,
guys, because clips are all over the place in
right?
volume. So,
It's like when you're watching a show and the commercial comes on and you're like, "Oh my
yeah, I got to manually adjust it during the show. Okay, here we go. Back to Bill Maher and Dr.
Why are you
Oprah.
going on these ICE raids? I don't understand that. You're a guy who we know for so many years who has been working to put families together, to bring families who are apart and heal them. And now you're going on raids with people who are literally separating families. Explain
Well, now
that to
that's
me.
bullshit.
That's
Ooh.
not
Now
bullshit.
you oh no, that
They're
is
not separating families?
no. Well, look, if you arrest somebody that's a citizen that has committed a crime or is DUI with a child in the back seat, do you think they don't separate
Right.
that family right then,
They're
right
separated.
But that's not what's going
there?
on.
Of course they do.
Of
But
course,
what
make-
you're talking about, I was hearing you in your monologue saying you've got these ICE agents with mask on.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you why they have their mask on. Because we actually have legislators who passed laws about immigration and funded those laws to be executed. They actually pay these agents to go out and do this, and now they're doxing them. They're putting their names,
Yes, that's
their
wrong.
pictures, their addresses of their families on the internet. They're putting them on telephone poles. So, of course, they're wearing masks so they don't get outed, so people can do violence against their families. The
That makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I mean, what Dr. Phil is saying. I mean, obviously, these ICE agents are out there. They didn't make the laws. I think he's going to make that point again. But
right.
they're enforcing the law.
Right. I mean, they're Bill Maher's like, well, yeah, that's wrong, but like he's criticizing them for protecting themselves.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, let's hear what else Dr. Phil.
negative actions against ICE agents are up 1,000%
Wow.
in the last
Ouch.
several months. 130% violence against them. And why them? They didn't make
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
the laws. They didn't make that law. What do you expect them to do? Just not do their job? If you don't like the law,
Well, that's
change
what the
it.
left
I don't
does.
like that law at all. Change the law
If you don't like it, why are you going?
because that is the law.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not trying to.
What I'm going on, I've looked at
But
these
I don't like
files.
hunting. I don't
They've
go
got
out with hunters, you know.
But they've got No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. They've got the ice raids I've been on, I've seen the files. They've got a rap sheet, 12, 14 different cases long of child predators that they're taking off the street. These are the worst first that they're taking off the streets. Who would want them back in their community?
We all agree with that.
Dr. Phil.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't think we all do.
Hang on, answer the question. Who wants those people back in there? These
No
are
one.
violent criminals.
I keep answering your questions, and you keep saying I'm not answering your questions. Nobody wants that. But we all didn't want violent criminals and gangs, but that pivoted to going to Home Depot. You know, when Trump came down the first time from the escalator, he said, you know, the rapists and the criminals and some, I assume, are good people. The ones standing in front of Home Depot just looking for an honest day's work, for an honest day pay, those are the good people, I assume.
Okay.
Why are you going on these ice raids?
Sorry. Boy,
Okay.
I'm really struggling technically today. I'm like, wait a tick.
So
So what do you think? He's kind of articulating what we're talking about.
I think so. So do I understand from this that Dr. Phil has gone on ice raids to
Yeah,
kind of
he was
witness?
going out on some ice raids.
Interesting.
Remember, maybe
Okay.
that was it was towards the
been a while.
beginning of the administration when they were
Okay.
just getting rolling. And,
Okay.
and he was kind of showing people this is the kind of people we're after, and then he talked to the guys, and we're talking like sex traffickers, child traffickers, the whole thing, and that's what they were going after. Now,
Right. Okay.
Bill Maher says that the good guys are the ones in front of Home Depot.
Yeah.
Okay, because I guess they're taking other people's jobs, not Bill Maher's jobs. If they were in front of Burbank Studios and they were grabbing people, just whoever, for $10 an hour so they could send half of it back to Mexico, and then we could support them through healthcare and Social Security and everything else, maybe that would be a problem for Bill. But if he's getting a good deal on drywall, that's okay.
I don't know, Todd. I feel you're in construction, so
I
I can
am.
see this hitting close to home. I don't have as big a problem with those people.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I mean, I
also-
don't have as big of a
Also, there
problem.
aren't 20 million of them.
Yeah,
That's, that's part of the issue too.
right.
So, but I understand why you'd feel differently
They
about
don't
those
assimilate by and large. A lot of these communities don't assimilate. Do you know what I mean?
people. Yes. I mean, that would be ideal. Definitely.
They're
That would be
not
ideal.
like, if you want to come to America, you
Mhm.
want to live here,
Yep.
you need to assimilate to the American culture.
Right.
Diversity is in our strength. Okay? Like, a culture has strength
Hmm.
when it has shared values,
Yes.
shared language, shared culture.
So I'm with you 100% on the values. And I think that that's why I defend some of these people. So, especially the Hispanics. Hispanics come here and their values are pretty like family,
Well, yeah,
um,
they are. I
God,
agree.
like,
I agree. Yeah.
right. So, like, I feel like those things are, and many of them are grateful to be, like, I'm talking about the ones who have their families here, who are working, they find work, maybe not standing out in front of Home Depot, but they're working, they're just trying to build a new life here. That's what I'm talking about. And those people, their kids are young, they go to school, their kids learn English. So sometimes the parents don't quite. So we have a family in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
The parents don't speak as much English. All their kids do, because all their
Okay.
kids grew
Sure.
up here.
Right.
I believe they're here legally.
Oh,
I believe they are. I mean,
Right.
they've just, they've been here. They lived in our neighborhood before we did, over
Right.
20 years ago. So, I mean, they've been here a long time. But they're like church going, lovely people. They're homeowners,
Yeah.
they're whatever. But I just know they originally came from Mexico.
Yeah.
They're not the ones I'm worried about.
Right.
The ones I'm worried about are like all of these, all these random Chinese men in their
Certainly,
20s and
certainly, we
30s.
should have tiers, threat level tiers.
Yes.
I think that makes sense.
Yes.
Just
But
like we
why
have
do
our
we have
terrorist
all this
threat levels.
why do they have all these young, single, Middle Eastern men, Chinese men?
Somalis.
Yeah, what are they doing
Mhm.
here? I'm sorry. That to me just it doesn't look safe. It doesn't look wise. You can call me a racist all you want. I think it's just common sense that
Well, we
that's,
know you're a racist. You're in Florida. I bet you Florida's racist.
oh my
You got that
gosh.
alligator Alcatraz down there. Is that what it's called?
I don't even know. I saw jokes about that. I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
It's some detention center they're building for illegal immigrants
Oh,
in
in Florida?
yeah, in like the Everglades.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
like throwing it up temporary out of like plastic and
Alligator
stuff. I think
Alcatraz.
that's what they're
Wow.
calling it. So,
So if
um,
they catch people here, they're just sticking them there
I
until
don't
they
really
can be
know. I don't
deported?
know where they're
Okay.
coming from. I don't know
Yeah.
if they can bring them here from all over. I don't know the
So goofy.
details
Yep.
of alligator Alcatraz, but in my opinion, and listen,
Hmm.
I'm the one who tells people if you see a drywall hanging crew and it's not a bunch of Mexicans, then they're probably not doing it that great. Like they're fast, they do a good job. Like they'll come in a van, bunch of them, and
Uh-huh.
then in the garage they'll have like this big like lunch meal.
Yeah.
And oh my God, they'll have their Mexican music playing, and the food smells so good. Like I've gone over
Yep.
there and I've been like, man, I'm so jealous of your food.
I know. I remember I was encouraging you on that job. I was like encouraging you to go
Yeah.
ask if you could join them because I bet it was delicious.
And listen, we
So
need
yeah.
people. So I wouldn't have a problem.
Yep.
What I'd like to see, I think, is something that resembles a way, maybe a pathway to citizenship is a good way to put it. Although I think that the answer is that you're never able to vote, or you're not able to vote for 25 years or 30 years or something.
Hmm.
Because all the only reason these people they opened the floodgates on the left. The only reason
Yep.
Biden opened the floodgates is because they wanted to change the complexion of our voting and of
Yes.
our country,
Hmm.
essentially. So, so I would be okay with some kind of parameters on it. Listen, you pay a certain amount. You're not going to be on welfare. You got to prove that that you have that you're gainfully employed.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That you're a net kind of that you want to be here. You're
Hmm.
working on English. Got to be able to speak English. I think there's a bunch of these things that I would want in place before we
Okay.
and I think well over half need to be deported or more. So,
Okay.
however we want to get there, we gotta get some people out of this country.
Right.
And I'm not even saying
The
there's not a
deferred
certain
voting is
race
an
that
interest.
matters to me, but
Yeah. The deferred voting is an interesting concept.
well, I mean, their kids can vote. You know, you can't theoretically you can't vote now,
Yeah,
or so.
theoretically. I know.
You know what I mean?
Gosh.
It's not a right. You're not a citizen. It's pretty basic.
Right. I agree with
Now,
that.
if
So,
Mayor
yeah.
Pete gets in, we could have problems.
Now, okay, hold on a second. You did start this by saying that Trump wants to redo the census.
Hmm. That
So,
was the whole point. That was one of the ways we're winning. We're winning.
yes.
So, 2020 census, obviously the Biden administration ran and counted illegals, counted everybody,
Yep.
anybody they could, really.
Hmm.
So Trump wants to redo it. There isn't anything really constitutional about it. The Constitution simply says that at least once every 10 years, census has to take place.
Hmm.
But Trump's point is that census was flawed and we need to redo it, and we need to do it only for American citizens.
And I have a question, just a side note.
Hmm.
If you were in a house full of illegals
Hmm.
and you received this form, would you fill it out?
Not, not
Because
if
I
Trump's
wouldn't.
president.
No, no, I'm just saying like
Not if
in
Tom Homan's
2020.
out there on the loose.
I mean in 2020.
Oh, in 2020. Yeah, I
In
don't know.
2020? I
I don't
don't
know.
know. I'd be like, this is a form from the government asking about all of the details and
I think
statistics
you'd
of
be
my
shocked
family. Absolutely not.
how many leftist volunteers filled all those things in for him. More than happily. They're right there to just help them out and let them know what they're going to get and what government benefits they're going to get.
I guess, but I just wouldn't trust. Of course, I don't trust the government. So,
Right.
I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know
I
either.
was just
But
curious
that's
what
one
you
way
thought.
we're winning. The census is one
Okay.
way.
Census.
Trump
So,
is going
is this
after
definitely happening or he's proposing it or what?
they're talking about it. I don't that I know of there's nothing to stop him from doing it.
Right. Like it can just happen. It
I
doesn't have to
think
be
so.
an
I
act of
don't.
Congress.
I'm sure the Democrats will try to stop it. And
Sure.
I'm sure that there's some stupid courts that'll hold it up or that'll do whatever or try to. But I don't
Hmm.
think. I think it's like
Yeah.
most of this stuff where Trump's just been on a winning streak. I mean, and we're looking now at voter ID required. There's a bunch of stuff that's like, I mean, there's a bunch of
Yes.
things that
That
are
needs to
happening
happen.
all at once.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
know what? And so that's out there. What else are we winning on? We're winning on
Well,
trans
okay, go
stuff.
ahead.
Did you see that Trump just signed? I think it was an executive order, or maybe it was in HHS with RFK, and
Okay.
but anyway, the long and short of it is that if you are a hospital that does um, trans or gender transition surgeries on
Yes.
minors,
Yep.
no Medicare funds, no Medicare, Medicaid, government reimbursements of any sort. And that, listen, hospitals can't survive without that. That effectively
Did
ends,
you say they cannot
they
survive
can't
without it?
survive
Oh, yeah. I
without
was
it.
going to say, I'm like, did you just say they can survive?
They
Okay. Okay.
effectively have ended minor gender transition surgeries, probably across
As
the U.S. once
as they
this is
should.
implemented. Yeah.
Hallelujah. That's an answer to prayer right there.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
um, there's that.
That's a big win. I love that.
And this was Stephen Colbert, he got canceled. I saw something. This was kind of interesting. It was a tweet, and it was as soon as USAID got shut down, right? USAID and
Yes.
the NGOs and everything else. Once they shut down that money,
Hmm.
The View was canceled. Howard
Have
Stern
they
was
canceled the view?
They canceled The View.
When?
Howard Stern was
Oh,
canceled. I think
sorry,
that
sorry.
it's still on, but they've set a date for it to be canceled. They didn't renew the contract, maybe.
I'm looking this up. I was
Howard
just going to
Stern was
say,
canceled. Stephen Colbert was canceled. Joy Reid. PBS was
wow.
shut down. NPR was shut down.
Oh my
All of
gosh.
a sudden we're finding out, oh, that's how they stayed afloat.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay.
This is Stephen Colbert, and he he's not a big fan of RFK Jr., so to speak.
Stephen
He
Colbert is not?
Yeah, he's having a rough day. His new shtick. He's never really been funny, but his
Hmm.
latest shtick is just to curse. Like that's what he does, and that to him, that's humor. That's comedy. Let's hear Stephen Colbert's comedy.
Okay.
Oh, there's bad news of fans of Living because Health Secretary RFK Jr. just pulled $500 million in funding for vaccine development. Now, we have 10 more months of this show, and I want to give a measured, nonpartisan response here. You roid-addled Nepo crony.
Wow.
Now,
That's comedy.
Yeah. His crowd loves it.
The crowd is going
Specifically-
wild because he said the F word. Apparently, you don't hear that much.
To RFK Jr.
specifically, Bobby Jr. is nixing 22 projects that use mRNA technology. But that's the latest vaccine technology. That's like saying, kids, I'm turning off the GPS. We're going to make our way to Six Flags by using the stars. Hand Daddy the sextant.
Well, it's not exactly like saying that because
No.
it would be like saying that if by having the GPS on, it gave you turbo cancer and
Right.
then your uncle died 4 weeks later. That's what it would be like, Stephen
Yep.
Colbert.
Right.
Idiot. Absolute idiots out there.
Yep.
And this is how we're winning. We're winning by getting rid of the morons like this. I'm
Exactly.
not even playing anymore of him. Friggin' idiot.
So just a clarification. The View has not been canceled yet.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know. I was going to say, as you were talking about these
I thought I'd heard
cancellations,
it, but it's hard to keep track.
there's a rumor, and it's because they're on a summer hiatus right now. Well, and obviously everyone's like knows it's coming, like
Yeah.
because they're just so terrible. They've lost so much credibility. But I was going to say, when it happens, when The View is canceled, Todd, let's have like a special edition show
have a
where
special
we
news
play like
hour.
the best of, and we just kind of lay into the nonsense that is The View.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that's going on is redistricting. Florida's talking about redistricting.
Okay.
This goes into that. It kind of plays into the census a little bit because we're talking about how we figure out how many representatives each state gets and
Okay.
where they come from and how they're elected. And what the left is going wild about right now is redistricting, which is gerrymandering. It's where
Yes.
they draw these crazy little
I was going to say
districts.
there is some crazy
There is. And
lines
none
on
more
that
so
now.
than in leftist states.
Right.
Illinois is probably one of the worst. New York is one of the worst. And
Hmm.
so what Texas is saying, what Indiana is saying, what Florida is saying is, hey, this is what you guys do. So
Hmm.
you'll take a place like Maryland. Now in Maryland you might have, let's say, 35% Republicans, right?
Okay.
Something like that. The
Okay.
state's it's a blue state, but you still got
Sure.
Republicans there. You still got
Hmm.
conservatives. Now, the way the founders saw it, I think, is that Maryland would be represented. You'd probably have more Democrats than you would Republicans. So maybe you'd have, let's say, five Democrats. Maybe you'd have two Republicans. I don't know, whatever, something
Okay.
like that. Even if it was
Yeah.
5-1, whatever you want to say. But
Yep.
that's not the case. In Maryland, there's zero Republicans because of how they've gerrymandered all the districts. Same
Wow.
is true in Illinois. Well, Illinois may have one or two Republicans, but hardly any.
Gotcha. So this is, I'm going to show you this. So Florida in general, like in general, the district map looks pretty normal.
Okay.
But when you zoom in to South Florida here, you start to see the strange, like what
Yeah.
is that?
Although even that isn't that bad.
It's not that bad, but I was going to say, I'm just curious about Florida because I have heard, yeah, look at this one. Look at 14 and 16.
What DeSantis is
It looks
saying, I
like looks
doesn't
like
he
they're
think they
having
could
a
get two or
thumb
three
war.
more seats out of Florida? Like
How
they
many?
could flip three or four, two or three more to from Democrat to Republican, I think is what I've heard DeSantis say.
Well, there
So,
are people fleeing Florida and really great people coming here, so
right. It's a great
I'm
deal.
feeling pretty solid.
Here's
Well,
Trump.
optimistic.
Here's Trump talking about the redistricting because
Okay,
the Democrats are up in arms. I mean, they've done this for
of
40
course.
years, but now this is the death of democracy. This is it. It's all over. And here's Trump.
Here's the death of democracy.
If Texas redrawing their congressional map
Right.
would get you 5 safe red seats, means that California, New York, Illinois, and Maryland are all going to redraw their maps to add safe.
Well, they'll do it anyway.
Is
Right.
it worth it?
Yeah, they'll do it anyway. Why? If we stop over there, they would have done it anyway.
Of course.
Look, a lot of these states,
He is
watched
so
this
right all
morning
the
as
time.
Democrats are complaining, and they're complaining from states where they've done it, like in Illinois, like in Massachusetts. I watched this lunatic, Pocahontas. She's a total lunatic. I don't know what she's on. She's all jumping up and down like I've never seen anything like it, talking about supporting the communist mayor. And he's not a socialist. He's a communist, okay? This is not a socialist, man. This is a communist. If you look at any of his policies and go back 6 months, you don't even have to go back further than that. So they want to put a communist in New York. Now, the good news is we have a lot of power over that because we're the ones with the money. We send the money. We don't send the money. It's up to the White House. A lot of power in the White House. But when
case
I
you
watched
wondered.
her jumping up and down, talking about that and supporting the communists. But if you look at what's going on with the redistricting or whatever you want to call it, the Democrats have done it long before we started. They've done it all over the place. They did it in New York. They did it in a lot of different states. But in Massachusetts, so somebody used this as an example today. I was interviewed this morning, and they said, it's pretty unfair. Trump got 40%. I'm not proud of that, but I think I probably got more, but that's okay. I got 40% in Massachusetts, and yet they have 100% of the vote in terms of Congress. So there's no Republican, there's no anything. So we should have 40%. You know why? They redistricted. And they've done it all over the place. And they've done it in California, by the way. Before this, they've done it in California. So we'll see what happens. We have a wonderful governor in Texas. He feels strongly about it. It's going to be up to him. I think there's tremendous support for it. And,
Yeah.
we've watched the Democrats destroy our
Where is that?
Chicago.
Carrie, show me. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah,
Illinois is like the worst.
Yeah, this is Chicago, and on the other side, the southwestern side of the state, it looks crazy too.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They've
Yeah.
already been doing it. That's his whole point. Like they do it anyway. It'd be like people would say, well, you don't want to do a norm like arrest Obama. What do you mean they arrested me? Like, and
Right.
I love it about, I just love Trump. I love Trump because he's so right. His instincts are so good and
Hmm.
he just calls it exactly like it is.
He does. And I always tend to say to myself, like, oh, he shouldn't do that. He should try to win because I always want him to be winning people over. And I
No.
think, you know what? It's not going to happen.
Do you
Like
realize
he
though,
he can't win because there's so much against him.
think
So,
back 10 years. Think
yep.
back to Trump coming down the
Okay.
golden
Oh yeah.
escalator.
Yeah.
And if you look at the last 10 years and you look what just happened in the election,
Hmm.
Trump is winning people over.
Right. I want him to win everyone over. I want everyone to love.
But he's doing it by not compromising, by
I
not
know. I
watering
know.
down. He's doing everything Rush Limbaugh said forever we have to do in order to win.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
and
you
Ru-
can't please everyone. And I know. I want Nancy Pelosi to invite him over for ice cream.
Pick a flavor, any flavor. Who's knocking at the
Oh,
door? Oh, don't worry about that. That's for Paul. I thought I heard a yell. Oh, no big deal. Happens a lot with Paul and his friends.
oh my gosh.
They're just having fun out there. Apparently, Pete Buttigieg. This
This
is
is the judge. Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
He's the black guy. I think he's ESPN. A
Okay.
pretty famous sports. I don't know if reporter is the right thing to say, but he's in the sports. He's a sports journalist. He's in sports media generally.
Oh,
And
yes, I know this guy.
yeah, you know who he is. A lot of people have
Yes.
talked about how maybe he should run for the Democrat nomination in 2028 or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not
He's
sure.
like he's really like emotional. Like he like yells and he's the guy who's like
Is he?
yells, right? I
Maybe
think
I don't.
so.
Yeah, I think so. I don't listen to him. I don't watch much sports
Okay.
journalism.
But I know
But
his face. Why are they saying that he should run?
well, I think he has
Just
some
because he's
ambitions towards it, and
famous?
he's begun over the last couple years to speak out a lot more on political things.
Got it.
And he
Okay.
has been willing to go after the Democrats at times. So here he is talking about um, Mayor Pete,
Oh, okay.
and you know the Democrats have no one, absolutely no one. They have they're rapidly
I
losing
know.
voters.
It's
They have no
bad.
power, and they don't really have much hope right now.
Well, they don't have anyone who appears to speak in a straightforward way, any kind of honest way.
Right.
Everyone is just swaying with trends and it's
All
wild.
they are is
They have nobody.
anti-Trump. If Trump came
Yeah.
out and said,
Yep.
"You know what? I think we ought to open the floodgates and let in anybody who wants to come," they'd be like, "No, we got to close the border," because it's reflexive with them. It's
Right.
not, you know what I mean? Everything is
Yes.
anti-Trump.
Yep.
He lives rent-free in their head, and
Yeah.
everything is Trump.
I was gonna say they're spineless, but they're not, but their entire spine is made up of that.
They don't have anything else. So
Yeah. They
when
hate
all
Trump.
you do is all you're trying to do is stand against something,
Hmm.
people generally aren't inspired by that. You know, people want somebody
Right.
who stands for something. That's what Trump's doing.
Hmm.
Trump is he's delivering on every promise that he's made
Hmm.
throughout the campaign. He's just banging them out. Now
Yeah.
people can there's complaints and things on the MAGA side and whatever about the way he's going about some things and the rollouts
Hmm.
and how things are implemented. But by and large, he's doing what he said. We may not like exactly how he's going about it. We may wish he'd go about
Sure.
things faster or whatever,
Yeah.
but he's going after him. But this is Stephen A. They ask him about this is on Bill Maher. So this is Bill
Okay.
Maher,
Yep.
Dr. Phil, and Stephen A. I'm not sure if Dr. Phil actually says anything in this clip,
Okay.
but same show. And this is about Mayor Pete.
And turn it up.
Democratic primary voters, 16% would support Buttigieg. That's the highest of any candidate.
Democrat
Buttigieg.
primary
I don't believe
voters.
it. I think that's just a poll number. I can't see that happening.
Well, okay, but wait, 16%. Black voters, 0. 0. You don't usually see 0 anywhere. 0's low.
For who? What is this?
For Buttigieg. Explain that. I mean, why do black voters have this? I mean, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
You're indexing a little bit with black voters, yeah.
A little. What is that all about?
He doesn't move us. I respect the man. I've interviewed him before. Very nice man, highly intelligent. But you gotta be able to move us, bro. He doesn't move us. You can speculate as to why that is. I'm not going there. He doesn't move us.
Democratic primary.
He doesn't
voters,
move
60
them, Carrie.
Wow. No.
He doesn't move the black voters.
I don't think he moves many voters anywhere, but that's really interesting. He said he's highly intelligent, and I was surprised that he said
Like,
that.
what was he talking about?
I haven't seen. I've really not seen. Legitimately not seen. I'm not being funny.
I
haven't seen
agree.
much evidence that he's highly intelligent.
I haven't seen any. I mean, this is what the Democrats are reduced to. This is this is one of their representatives, whose name is Tim, dressed up like a woman, pretending to be a woman. This is the one from is it Delaware? Remember the one that they were arguing with the House stuff about whether they could. Oh, it was the guy who called him Mr. Whatever the last name was. I can't remember the last name.
Oh, and misgendered him.
And then it turned into a big hullabaloo, and they were like, "You can't call me Mister.
My God.
I have a dress on, real pretty wig." Well,
Damn.
here he is again. Here's Tim, dressed up as a woman.
Okay.
This is what the United States House of Representatives has devolved into.
Oh my gosh.
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection. I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues.
He's got the lisp.
I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families. I wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me.
I haven't thought about this dude
figuring
once.
out how to make
I
government
forgot all
actually
about him.
work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work. They are obsessed with culture war issues.
Oh,
the Republican
it says
Party
the guy in a
is
dress.
obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre.
If his
And the
dress was better,
American
maybe I would have
people
remembered him.
deserve serious legislators, serious elected officials
Serious.
who are focused.
Wait, this guy's dressed up like a woman, talking
Oh my
about
gosh.
serious legislators, serious legislation.
Oh my gosh.
We
What
have
is
got to be serious, folks.
what's his name, by the way?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay.
He doesn't matter. He doesn't live rent free in my head.
No, he doesn't.
I don't even know who he is. I can't remember remember what his name was, Mr. something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh my gosh.
The gentleman slash
Okay.
the gentleman slash dressed up like a gentlewoman.
Is it
from
McBride? Oh,
Yes.
here it is.
McBride? Is it Delaware?
I don't know.
I feel like it's Delaware.
Let's see. Delaware. Very good. Look how sharp you are.
Speaking
Check
of
it.
men
2 days sober.
dressing, I know. Look, it's like a whole new Todd's World. Speaking of men,
Yeah.
dressing up like women,
Okay.
the WNBA.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that was your segue, but I'm
The
not going to object.
WNBA.
Oh my gosh. WNBA. Okay.
The
WNBA.
WNBA, for
Yep.
those who don't know, is the lesbian professional basketball league. Yeah.
So
Oh.
unfair. God, you're so unfair. Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
not all of them, but I think we can say that the heteros are not well represented in WNBA. Caitlin Clark she's amazing, but they've done everything they can to destroy her. So that's.
Oh my gosh. I hope she hangs in there. That's tough.
Well, this
She's
is
in
a coach.
she's
This
in
is
tough
a
spot.
coach of some WNBA. Who knows? Nobody watches it. Nobody cares about the WNBA.
I know.
Nobody knows who any of the teams are. Some team in the
Only the
lesbian professional basketball league.
sex toy sales representatives care right now.
But all over the fruited plains,
Yep.
they are throwing green. Well, they've been green up till this point. Green
Yeah,
dildos
why are they all
onto the
green?
court while the WNBA is playing.
Did someone sell green dildos
I don't know
in
what the
bulk
green thing is,
to the pranksters?
but
Like,
I know
what's
that there
happening?
have been betting lines established for the colors of dildos that are going to be thrown on the WNBA. Like, this is how big of a story this has become
I
in
think
America.
that's an indication of how big the gambling problem is in
I
America.
agree with that too. But this
That's
is
unbelievable.
one of the coaches
Mhm.
for the WNBA.
Yes.
Doesn't Reeve is her name.
Okay.
Assuming she's a she, but I don't know. Who knows? She looks like it to me. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with she.
Throwing things onto the court. Obviously, you guys know what the object is. And I just want to comment on this has been going on for centuries.
Centuries.
The sexualization of women. This is the latest version of that. And it's not funny.
It's not funny
It
at all.
should not be the butt of jokes on any radio shows.
No. Or podcasts.
Or in print or in any comments. The sexualization of women is what's used to hold women down.
Yeah.
And this is no different. This is just its latest form. And we should write about it in that way. And these people that are doing this should be held accountable. And we're not the butt of the joke.
I want you to understand. We've got to get video up so people can see this. The entire time she's talking on this clip, well, you know how they have the mics with the little things around them?
Yeah.
Somebody has animated a green dildo like right at
Like she's talking into it. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Anyway, she's
Sorry.
very upset. The WNBA, the Professional Lesbian Basketball Association, takes their dildos very seriously. So I think what we have to take out of this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a funny story. All right, Todd. Why is this such a funny story? Help me break this down.
Well, it's funny because that of exactly what she says. Everybody knows that the WNBA is a joke. That by and large nobody watches it. That they don't make any money. The whole thing. And that they're full of lesbians. And when I say full, I mean, I don't know, 70%.
Okay.
I mean, if you take any group of women and 70% of them are lesbians,
Yeah.
and they're not shooting girl on girl stuff, like it's weird. That doesn't happen. Those percentages are off. You know what I mean? And so, because of that, they're throwing these objects onto the court, clearly mocking the fact that these women are all lesbians, I think. Don't you?
I mean, I don't know.
Isn't
That's what I was
that the
gonna say.
joke?
So one comment I heard, one person said that apparently this has been done in the NBA also,
Oh,
that they've thrown. And I'm kind of like, okay, I've never heard about it.
not back when I watched the NBA. Although I could see how people watch the NBA now, they'd think they were a bunch of queers. So I can understand.
Oh, really? Oh no. Okay. So I was gonna say, okay, the green dildos, whatever. Is it sexualizing women? No, I think it's just being raunchy. It's a raunchy prank. The thing that bothers me about it is that it's probably not safe for professional athletes to have things like tossed out onto the court while they're running around. That's really like the disrespectful part of it to me. It's like, don't do that,
Right.
you know?
It's like throwing water bottles onto the football field.
Yeah, like they shouldn't.
Without the comedy, the comedic.
Right. I mean, it's pretty funny. I just don't. I'm like, what inspired this? It's pretty crazy.
Clearly, that must be what has inspired it, I would think.
Yeah. I'm just curious why they're all green. Like,
I don't know what the
seriously.
green thing is. I don't know
Yeah.
if it started and it was green, like the first one was thrown and it was green, and then it was kind of a copycat thing. That'd be kind of my
Sure.
guess.
Okay, and I just want to go on a little tangent.
Yeah.
Are you have to take a break? Are you good?
We should take a break. My daughter just walked in and she's looking at me like she wants something. So let's
Okay.
take a quick
So
break. That's
after your
weird.
break, we're
Imagine
gonna
your daughter
take-
wanting something.
After the break, we're taking a dildo tangent.
Okay, we're back, guys. Sorry. If you have daughters, you understand what I am dealing with. Sometimes, even in the middle of work, they're like, hey, we got to have this. You know how
Yeah.
it goes, right, Gary?
Yeah, that is how daughters are. My sons, on the other hand, I just had to go like track them down in the house in their corners doing their stuff.
Doing their thing, yeah.
I'm like, hey, how you doing?
And
So,
since I've had such great segues today.
wait, you can't segue yet.
Oh, what are we talking about? I can't even. What?
I wanted to go on the dildo tangent.
Oh, go ahead. I forgot that we were
It's
still
very,
talking
very
about
brief.
green
It's very
dildos.
brief. It's not that I'm this like very, experienced shopper for such products. However, I'm like of an age where I've seen them.
You've seen
And
them,
I have never in my life seen a green one before
really?
this WNBA story.
I don't know if
No.
I have or not. I can't think. I don't know.
I know. I
I
mean,
haven't paid
I'm
any attention.
because they made such a fuss about it being green. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a green one before. So I just found that funny.
Maybe there's some significance to the color that I am not unaware of.
I don't
I,
know.
I really don't know.
Maybe we just need to revisit this and see what other colors emerge
I
on
mean,
the
we're going to keep a
court.
close eye on the WNBA dildo story. We will
Okay,
know.
there we go.
We aren't laughing about it. We're not laughing at you, lesbians. We're laughing with you.
Not that
Okay.
there's anything wrong with that. Okay, go ahead.
Now we segue to rapes. I think that's perfect. Number of rapes.
I was not prepared for that.
This
I'm
is
still
not
drinking coffee, Todd.
this is not a clip, but this is
Okay.
shocking to me.
Mm,
In the UK, so
okay.
these numbers are going to be from 2000. So 2000 versus 2024.
Oh
So in
no.
24 years, okay? And in that 24 years, the United Kingdom has been largely overrun by immigrants, illegal immigrant. Well, I don't know if they're illegal,
Yeah.
but whatever. They just come in and
Yeah.
they're from Somalia, they're from the Middle East, they're from all over the
Oh
place,
yeah. It's
right?
bad.
And
Hmm.
they're raping people all over the place. Well, here's the numbers. In 2000 in the UK, there
Yes.
were 8,000, basically 8,600 rapes. So 8,593 rapes. Too much.
Okay.
Any is too much. That's not the point.
Sure.
But the point is
Okay.
that's the numbers. In 2024,
Yes.
68,000
Oh dear
rapes
Lord. Whew.
recorded in the United Kingdom.
Good
That is an
God.
increase of almost 700%.
Wow.
It's insane. In the same amount of time in Poland, to give you an idea. Now,
Yes.
Poland has been one that has not allowed in mass immigration.
Were they having trouble and then they stopped it, or have
Not
they always
much, other than they
held
were
the
having a
line?
little bit with because it was going on across Europe, but they pretty
Okay.
much put a stop to it. They're like, this
Okay.
is this. We're Polish and we're for Polish. You know what I mean? We want
Okay.
to keep our culture intact.
Gotcha.
In Poland, the number of rapes in 2000 was about 2,400.
Okay.
And in 2024 it was 1,127. They have cut the number of violent crimes and rapes in half.
Okay.
that
Wow.
that's impressive. Now that's a government that cares about their people and that's
Yes.
working for their citizens because they see this, hey,
Yep.
2,400 rapes is way too much, we got to get on this. That's the whole
Oh my
point of a government, is
gosh.
to keep its citizens safe. If you can't
Right.
start there, you
Yep.
can't grow economies. You can't do
Mm-mm.
anything.
Well, nothing else matters. If you're not safe, then those other things don't matter.
Right. And so I saw that statistic and I was just
Wow,
appalled.
Todd.
Well, I
I'm
mean, I wasn't
appalled too.
appalled by Poland. I thought that's amazing.
No.
That's great.
Yeah.
But
Go Poland.
Poland has had a rightward shift.
But the
They've
UK,
they've gone more
holy
conservative, but
crap.
the UK is teetering on the balance of not being a sovereign nation anymore. And
Wow.
that's amazing to say
Hmm.
about the English Empire, that not that long ago, when I say not that long ago,
Yeah.
200 years ago, it was
Yeah.
said the sun never sets on the English Empire.
Hmm.
And now they're looking at losing England.
Hmm.
I saw another stat. What was it that and I'm trying to remember what it was about. I just saw it this morning. Oh, in London,
Hmm.
more of London is owned by the royal family of Qatar than by the royal family of England.
Why?
More of London
Why?
real
Why have
estate.
they sold real estate to foreigners? I don't understand that at
I
all.
don't. They're losing their country. You're watching the death Well, I
Wow.
mean, and we were trying to do it here. I mean, you're talking about what Trump, Vance, MAGA,
Yep.
what all of these conservative,
Mm-hmm.
right wing Republican. I'm going to say Republicans. I mean, we know there's a lot of swampers in the Republicans, but
Sure.
what Trump's trying to do is reverse the decline and eventual
Yep.
demise of Western civilization. It really isn't anything
Mm-hmm.
less than an actual civilizational demise that we're talking about.
Right.
And Trump is trying, and I think is having a pretty good success.
Right. Well, and you know what? It's an uphill battle because to even speak out about that being an issue and a concern
Hmm.
in today's climate paints you as a racist. Those who don't want to hear that kind of talk, oh, you
Yeah,
can't, but oh my gosh, the UK, Todd, that's so sad.
it's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's
Thank goodness there are
horrible.
people willing to
I mean,
fight for it
think of
here.
these young girls,
Oh my gosh.
British girls growing up in British working class
Hmm.
families by and large, because it's not the elites kids out
No,
there
of
by and
course.
large that are out getting raped. It's a working class.
Of
And
course.
these Muslim gangs of young men, and they don't have the same culture. It's been defended that, well, in the
Right.
Muslim culture, if a girl, I think it's 12 or something, if a girl's over 12, she's fair game. And you know what? If she's an infidel, which would be a non-Muslim,
Uh-huh.
all the more reason. That's how Islam is. Islam is not a religion of peace. Okay?
Um, wow. Yeah, it's just awful. And it's sad because that whole area, sorry, this is like first world problems and
First,
I'm going to sound terrible.
I don't know if rape
But
is a first world problem.
no, no, no. I just mean the desire to travel, that's an
Oh yeah.
area. I mean, Italy and the whole UK, the whole England, Scotland, Ireland, that
Oh,
whole
I would love to go there and
I
see
would
it.
love to go and do that. But I tell you, I hear stuff like this. It's not just here in Todd's world, but you do hear people talk about the shifts that are happening in those areas, and it's like, gosh, I feel like it's too late. I feel like
It
it's too late to go and
it
enjoy
may be
those
too late
those
for
spaces.
much of Europe.
It's really sad.
And it's that. That's what I said. I mean, you're talking about losing England. England could basically become an Islamic controlled country
Wow.
after being all that England was for
I
so long. One
know.
of the greatest world empires in
I was gonna
history.
say, like,
I mean, honestly,
the epitome
it's
of imperialism, right?
yeah. But
Settling
if you
everywhere.
look at the way that England did it, by and large, colonization was really
Hmm.
effective. You could make the argument in a
I
lot of places
I
that,
know.
that India was better off as a colony of England than they were independent. That they've done better. Certainly, South Africa was.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But
And now we were a colony, or obviously colonies of England too.
mhm.
Probably had there not been the war for independence, we would have just kind of taken over English. We would have become the biggest part of England and become what we are anyway, with all the natural resources and everything.
Mhm.
And it would have just shifted, would have probably been what happened. But then we wouldn't have
I
had that unique American like rebellious kind of spirit that we have, which I like. Of course, I'm a little bit of a rebellious guy, but
um I was just curious and looking up to see if there is that horn that sounds for the call to prayer
oh, I'm sure there is all over England.
in mosques, and I was just curious, and it does say that some mosques broadcast the Islamic call to prayer.
I think that
Um,
happens in the U.S. some places.
it does. It happens
Probably happens in
in
Dearborn.
Detroit. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dearborn. Exactly. Oh yeah, all over the Detroit suburbs it's happening. Um,
And you
some
know what?
mosques
I'm
have been
not saying that
granted.
people shouldn't be able to practice Islam. Listen, freedom of religion, I'm all for it.
Sure.
Freedom of religion is not freedom of rape. Okay?
Right,
Like,
right.
it's freedom of religion. It's also, we're a Christian country. You
Hmm.
want to be Islamic, fine. But it's not all equal footing on everything. No, we're a Christian country founded on Christian principles by
Hmm.
Christian people
Hmm.
and a Christian culture.
Yeah,
And we shouldn't give that up. Now, like I said, it doesn't mean you can't go to pray, face towards Mecca, do whatever you want to do,
sure.
but it's not wide open season on raping white working class girls. That's
Right.
horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah,
And that the
I'm
English
curious.
government isn't protecting like the most vulnerable among them.
Yeah,
They deserve what they get.
I'm curious about their law enforcement on this issue. I mean,
There's there.
obviously, if it's escalated that insanely, they're
I don't
obviously not
have. I'm not set
doing
up today
anything
with
about it.
all the clips, but I mean,
Hmm.
I've looked into it in the past, and there has been. I mean, these I don't know what they call them, but it'd be like sheriffs or law enforcement in those areas, constables,
Hmm.
whatever they call them in England.
Yeah, right, right.
And they just whitewash numbers. They'll ignore the reports. They won't send anybody out because the government doesn't want to know about it. They don't want to hear about it. They're just like this. They're like, I don't see anything. It's not happening. It's fine. Everything's great. We're multicultural. We're great. That's what
Wow.
they absolutely. Now this isn't. I'm obviously there's a big portion of the English citizens that hate this, that don't want anything to do with it. It's just
Right. They've got to have strong feelings about it. How,
right
and I'm
now.
sorry, in a country that's that small, when you're talking the numbers you're talking, I think of how many people are directly connected to someone. Like they're
Right.
impacted by this. Yeah.
Like how many
Those,
average people know somebody, some
yeah.
poor family where the daughter has been raped and been part of this and had to deal
Yeah.
with all, and then
Those numbers are
they can't
staggering.
get the people to go out. They're not arresting people. Like nobody's paying the price. You know what I mean?
Wow. Right.
It's
And
just it's.
gosh, do you like leave your home country if it's that unsafe?
I mean,
Whew.
they probably some of them probably are. Rosie O'Donnell left here because it was so unsafe. She was afraid Trump was going to rape her in a department store.
What?
Trump doesn't even go to department stores. Remember that whole what is it? Carroll, what that chick who sued Trump for rape or whatever at a department store, that she can't remember what dress she had on, she can't remember when it happened. She can't, there's no specifics at all.
Wow.
Except that
Yeah,
Donald Trump
Rosie.
happened to be wandering through a department store.
Oh my gosh. And I'm sorry, why did Rosie O'Donnell claim to leave?
She felt unsafe because of all
Okay.
us right wingers.
Oh my gosh. Bye. Take 10 friends with you.
This is a little see I told you so.
Okay. More winning.
I think more
Snarky,
winning.
I told you so
If you
winning.
go back
Okay.
to, has it been 3 years now, 2 years now, since the October 7th attack on Israel? Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wondered I wondered if you were going to talk about this today.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
blame you.
this is General Mike Flynn. General
Hmm.
Mike Flynn is talking about that October 7th attack. Remember the October 7th attack, what happened for those who don't, we hear a lot about it, but what happened was essentially Israel has a border with Gaza.
Hmm.
And that border is a combination of fence, digital, surveillance, all these different things,
Hmm.
sensors, all this stuff. It's called the $1 billion wall.
I was going to say it's pretty
It's
impressive
what they've always
security.
claimed is that you can't have a mouse or a squirrel moving around out there without the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Forces, knowing
Hmm.
exactly what's going on.
Right.
That's the whole point of the $1 billion wall,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Well, on October 7th, miraculously,
Hmm.
a bunch of Hamas terrorists in Toyota pickup trucks
Hmm.
somehow breached the $1 billion wall.
Yeah.
The IDF happened to be gone. They were nowhere to be found for 8 hours, even though a Black Hawk helicopter could traverse the entire country of Israel in about 2 hours, maybe an
Okay.
hour and a half. But
Hmm.
still, for 8 hours, the citizens, on this border area are
Hmm.
terrorized. They were killed, all they taken hostage, all of that
Well,
happened.
and it was like a family event.
There's music festivals going
Yeah, it was like
on,
a
and yeah,
festival and all these like, yeah,
yeah.
families. Yeah, super. I want to say everyone, they're
But
innocent
somehow
people,
the
but
billion
yeah.
dollar wall was a $1 billion failure on October 7th
Hmm.
and just couldn't stand up to the assault of 14 Toyota pickup trucks all at the same time. I
Right.
guess.
It's an
Who
unfortunate
knows what's
Toyota
going
ad.
on?
Okay.
So, and then I'm not anti-Toyota. I think they make great vehicles, actually. Some of the
Right.
best vehicles that I've ever driven were Toyotas. That's why Hamas uses them. No, I'm just kidding. How else would you breach the $1 billion wall?
The only thing that can breach the $1 billion wall.
I wrote
Toyota.
I wrote a piece at this time, right after this, called "What is a Dead Jew Worth?" There's nothing. Not trying. Not trying to be controversial with the title. But anyway,
Yes, you were.
my entire point was
Yes.
that there is no way that there was only two options. Either everything we've ever heard about the IDF and the Israeli Defense Forces was a
And the
lie,
billion-dollar wall.
and the billion-dollar wall, with either all of that was a gigantic lie, stretched all out of proportion, and it wasn't much better than a chain link fence that was 5 feet tall.
Right.
Or Israel let it happen, is what I believed. I'm not saying that Israel actually sent their own undercover forces in to do it.
Right.
I'm just saying they pulled back and they let it happen.
They let him
And
in.
it just so happens that this week we found out from Netanyahu that after destroying all of Gaza, that Israel has decided they're going to take over Gaza. So there's not going to be any more Gaza. It's just going to be Israel. No. So anyway, this was the precipitated all of that.
Okay.
And this is General Mike Flynn, who, if you remember General Mike Flynn, he was Trump's first pick for national security advisor when Trump first got in 2017, and the FBI ran their dirty tricks on him and tried to put him in jail, and Trump pardoned him, the whole thing. But he's a patriot. Here he is talking about October 7th.
And I know that there's some machinations and there's got to be some big problems right now internal, and Netanyahu's dealing with it with the IDF. They're going to have to do some soul searching, and I mean immediate soul searching, because the 7th of October was a date, that they still have not been able to, and there's an investigation going on, and I've already heard from some of the soldiers that were told to stand down and the exact hours. So something bad happened, and it was an inside thing. I don't know, again, that's a bombshell right there. So the internal situation in Israel has got to be done with a
hold it, hang on. Whoa.
Steve Bannon is interviewing.
You can't drop a bomb like that. Mike Flynn, your former head of DIA, first national security advisor of President Trump, a revered figure globally. You're saying your sources are telling you on the investigation that they're trying to slow down and slow walk over there because we're coming up on the second anniversary of it. You're saying that you're hearing there's testimony or documents or actual evidence that certain elements of the Israeli military were told to stand down? Because I know from people I know, this is a very contentious area and it's going to be explosive. Are you hearing the same thing?
Steve, you can go back to interviews that I did like the next day and the following week after October 7th in multiple broad alternative media, where I said something went wrong. Because, Steve, I have personally walked that border. I have been down at those areas, and I know the details of how the Israelis, one of the most secure borders in the world, how they do their operations. So I know that. So something broke down, and it wasn't because of mistakes. So that's number one. This internal machinations that are going on right now, what's going to have to happen? They're going to have to come to grips with this, because I'm going to tell you, the American people, they're getting tired of it. They're getting tired of this constant, Israel. I mean, I'm the biggest fan. I would, I have been to Israel many times. I have, served alongside them. I have done things with them, certainly on the intelligence side. So I'm their biggest fan. But the American people are not. And the American people are so tired of all of the craziness and our involvement in these things and I know that.
Whoops. So there you go. General Mike Flynn is dropping some bombshells on War Room with Steve Bannon. What do you think?
Well, I want to know why it has taken 2 years for anyone to say, other than Todd Allen on Todd's World,
Well, Mike Flynn says he was saying it the day after, and then there probably were other people. Now, he's been to Israel and he's plugged in. I've never been to Israel. I'm not plugged into anything, and I knew the second it happened, that's impossible.
Okay.
Doesn't happen, at least not with anything we've been told.
Because you knew, I was going to say, because you knew about their forces and their defenses and whatever.
Yeah, and I saw it. I watched with my own eyes the white pickup trucks driving through $1 billion wall.
Todd, that attack was so awful.
It was horrible. Where was the, and that's the other thing, where was the Israeli Defense Force? I mean, are they on vacation? What's going on? Like, are there other places in Israel that needed more attention than a place where we had to build $1 billion wall to keep people out of? It seems like if you built $1 billion wall, you might put a few people behind it. Maybe with a phone.
Like you said, it sounds like they were monitoring it closely on most days.
They knew exactly what was going on. This was an
very
inside.
disturbing.
I don't know that it was an inside job. Like, an inside job in the sense that the CIA killed Kennedy was an inside job. They didn't maybe pull the trigger. I mean, but they did everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly, at the very least, the Israeli government left the door open, unlocked the door,
Yeah.
left the
They
door
left the door open.
and pulled their entire military out and told them to stand down for 8 hours. Now,
8 hours.
why?
All those hostages, the murders, they were brutal.
There's still hostages. There's still hostages.
I was going to say,
out
I don't think, yeah, they haven't even all been released. I'm sure there are more dead than we know about. But yeah, they're still holding some.
At the time, the entire point of my article that I wrote, whatever you want to call it, op-ed, was what is a dead Jew worth? And all I took was the initial figures they were throwing out about American aid going to Israel, and it was
Yes.
about 13 million per dead Israeli. And I can promise you that's more than those Israelis are worth alive. And the only entity that would care about what those Israelis are worth is the Israeli state that I can see.
Yeah.
I don't know who else benefits.
Sure. Well, and at that time, obviously, we had an administration that was writing checks happily to anyone in need outside of the U.S.
Right.
So,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
with all the, with the Ukraine aid and all that, do you think Netanyahu was just like, hey, let's get some of those American dollars here?
My
Or
guess is it had less
is
to
it-
do with American dollars, and although that may have been part of it, probably had more to do with the fact that he wanted to end Gaza once and for all,
He
and to
wanted
end
Gaza.
the Palestinian state,
Right.
whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. I guess it wasn't an official state, but
Yeah.
I think Israel is expanding, and they're doing it. They wanted now. People are calling it genocide. Was it genocide? I don't know, but I mean, you can look at
I
the
don't know, but to
pictures of Gaza
sacrifice your-
before and after, and be like, it looks like they turned the entire place into kitty litter.
Yeah. And also but to imagine them putting their own people at risk like that. I mean, they were cutting the breasts off women like who they were killing on the ground.
Oh, that's
Like
horrible.
really
I didn't even know that.
gruesome, horrible stuff. And then I think they got off easy compared to those who were killed on the ground, compared to those who are still in a
Were
hostage
taken as
situation
hostages.
or
Yeah, it's
who
horrible.
were for
The whole
a
thing.
year. Horrible. So I just think like the Israeli state, if they were to do that to their own people,
It'd be almost like
Or-
America.
well, I was going to say, I'm like,
mean,
as we talk
honestly.
about conspiracies, you wonder, did you wonder about 9/11 and, the young people right now, the young people like don't think that 9/11 was at all what we were told it was.
Well, yeah, I think COVID maybe started. COVID broke it open.
Okay.
But I mean, it's when people realize this whole thing is a web of lies.
Wow.
Our government mostly lies to us. And then people are shocked that the American people respond to Trump. Who doesn't
Yeah.
is the most like
Right.
out front, authentic, like you know
Yeah.
exactly what he's thinking right then.
Yeah, you do. That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
I need to remind myself to appreciate that when he's like, speaks a little bit like a dumbass. Because I'll take some whatever. I'll take some bristle, some unnecessary snark as long as he's
I
out
love
there.
it. I love it.
I
just
know.
love
I don't
it.
mind a little bit of it. Again, I want everyone to be behind him. I want our nation to be
Yeah.
united, and it's just it's not that way.
The other, our old friend Jasmine Crockett.
Oh, we haven't heard about her in a while.
No, and I don't have a clip of her. I should have found an old clip of her craziness, but
Yeah.
just to accompany. But anyway, 3 of Jasmine Crockett's staffers have turned against her, alleging this is going to sound a lot like Kamala. Alleging
was gonna
Crockett
say.
is an abusive boss who routinely berates and belittles them, curses them out. Now, I can't imagine that. She doesn't curse. Refuses to go into the office, choosing instead to lounge around her luxury DC apartment while they complete all her tasks, has them do her laundry, and treats them like an Uber service.
Wow.
She's for the
That's-
common people,
Right.
as long as they're working for her.
I was gonna say she's risen above it. Now it's their problem. Oh my gosh.
So that's
Luxury DC
Jasmine
apartment.
Crockett. You know what else is that? This is, again, I'm not going to play a clip. I'm just going to say
Mm-hmm.
Project Veritas, which is James O'Keefe, and they're the ones who go out and they do those undercover interviews, and so they'll have
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
like the Planned Parenthood people who are
Yes.
like, well, sure, I got some baby feet. How many do you need? How many tons of baby feet do you need? What are you gonna do with the baby feet? Never mind, I don't care. We got them to sell.
Oh, I feel like I need to like go to church after hearing
That's
that.
what I
Okay, go
mean.
ahead.
But Project Veritas is now reporting a whistleblower reveals that Bill Barr. Do you remember Bill Barr?
I
He
remember
was
the name.
Trump's attorney general for a while.
Yes.
For most of the last part of his first term.
Okay.
And Bill Barr was secretly working with Fannie Willis in Georgia to put together a hit list for Trump people.
A hit list?
A hit list. Who she should target, helping her, who she should prosecute, how to go after them.
Oh, a legal hit list.
Yes. And none of that
Wow.
surprises me at all about Bill Barr. He has
Okay.
seemed deep state to me from the beginning.
You He's really good friends with Netanyahu.
He's a Bushy. He was Bush's or one of Bush. I think he was Bush's
Got it.
W's attorney general for a while, or
And-
H. I can't remember.
Another example of like we've talked about that first administration where he didn't really know how deep the deep was.
He learned. He also didn't
Yeah.
realize how much power he had, and I think he's learned that, and we're seeing that on display.
Yeah.
And speaking of old friends,
real quick, what will come of that? Bill Barr, Fannie Willis, anything?
I don't know.
Mm.
I really don't.
Oh, because I'm sorry, whistleblower.
Whistleblower. So the
yeah.
I will tell you
Veritas
that
has-
Stephen Champagne. Yeah. Oh, this is what I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
It's our other old buddy Tish.
Oh,
Tish James is back in the news.
Remind us who she is.
Tish James is the Attorney General for New York.
Okay.
For the state of New York, the state Attorney General for New York. And she went after Trump, as we'll recall, for
Yes.
some crime they invented about he got better interest rates because his properties weren't worth as much as he claimed or something.
He overvalued his property or undervalued
And that
it
little
for
clown
whatever.
judge that she had egger on, whatever his name was.
The crazy white-haired guy.
He decided Mar-a-Lago was worth 18 million when it's worth like close to $1 billion. It's all craziness. But this is interesting. Let's listen. This is Fox News.
Okay.
And they are telling us the latest on what is happening with Pam Bondi,
Okay.
the Attorney General of the United States,
Yes.
and the DOJ, and Tish. Let's listen.
Washington, what do you know, David?
Well, hi, Dana. Two well-placed sources familiar with the probe tell Fox News that New York Attorney General Letitia James and her office is under investigation by the DOJ here in Washington. We're told that Attorney General Pam Bondi signed off on the probe. Subpoenas were sent to James's office, and there is a grand jury investigation underway in the New York State Capitol of Albany. The specific investigation, my colleague Jake Gibson, Ashley Oliver, and myself are being told involves deprivation of rights, which in plain language means someone in a position of legal authority violating someone else's constitutional or legal rights. Those sources tell Fox News the DOJ is going after James because she took then former President Donald Trump to court, quote, simply because she didn't like him and campaigned on getting him. DOJ, led by Bondi, believes she violated his First Amendment rights dealing with free speech. James has said before she believed Trump inflated his net worth to get good deals on loans from lenders and other financial benefits. Ms. James won in a court judgment of over $450 million against the Trump organization.
Insane.
Trump is appealing, and it's pending. The entire scope of the grand jury probe in Albany, Dana, is unclear. Grand juries are secretive, but we've learned from these well-placed sources it stems from a recent strike force set up inside the Justice Department to investigate an alleged plot to tie Trump to Russia in 2016.
This
Sources
thing is
say
going to
that
have
strike force
legs.
has expanded
Wow.
to other topics. Now, to recap, the Justice Department has initiated grand jury proceedings in Albany, New York, against the Empire State Attorney General Letitia James. But remember, this is important. A grand jury simply decides if there's enough evidence to indict. To be clear, we are told this is very early in the process, and no one, as I speak to you right now, is facing any charges at this time. Fox News reached out to Attorney General James's office multiple times, but we've...
Is his point there that the Attorney General of the United States frequently impanels grand juries with no proof whatsoever, just for fun to see so that the grand juries can shoot them down? Is that the idea? Or are we given to believe that generally when they impanel a grand jury, they think they have the evidence? Right?
Right.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's kind of what the grand jury decides. Now,
right.
if this has legs, as you say, are they going to have to take down that sculpture that kind of resembles Tish James, like the
In New York.
the sculpture of nobody, but kind of looks like
I think
Tish?
I think we should keep that just to remember her by. New York seems like the appropriate place, Times Square.
Wow.
But no, I think that this, when I say this has legs, I don't even necessarily mean just this Tish James thing.
No.
I mean this entire strike force.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, people
Yep.
think this is I think there's this idea out there that Trump's not really going to go after him. He's not going to do that. I don't believe it. Trump's going. He wants these people in jail. He wants to break the deep
Yeah.
state, and this is the only way he can do it. Without this, it's not going to work.
Are you liking Pam Bondi this week a little bit more?
You know, it's just I'm up in the air on Pam Bondi.
Right.
I've said I don't know Pam Bondi. I wasn't as familiar with her coming out of Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that she was the Florida Attorney General, and I'd seen her, but I don't know a lot about what
The
went on.
criticism I've seen is that she hasn't really done anything, and I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe she is. Maybe she's doing some
Well,
stuff.
yeah, does it just take time? Do the wheels of justice turn slowly but relentlessly? I'm willing
Is that
to.
a saying?
I don't know, but
I liked it.
I think that I'm willing, like I said all along, I'm willing to give Trump lots and lots of rope. And you know what? If he
Yeah.
thinks Pam Bondi is his best shot at doing this, I believe Trump knows what he's doing. So I've been curious about Pam Bondi. There's been some things that have made me wonder.
Right.
I'm still curious about a few things,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not anything. It's not that I'm ready to throw her under the bus. It's just
Right.
maybe if I was sitting in
just-
those chairs, I would understand why things are happening like they are. You know what I mean? That like
Right.
this is such a complex and such a big operation, and trying to slowly bring the American people around. And I think the American people are getting there. By and large,
Right.
the percentages are going up on the people who would be okay with seeing Obama arrested. So that would be it'd be and will that happen? I don't know if that'll happen, but I can tell you this:
Yeah.
they're gonna have to arrest somebody, and they're gonna have to be big names.
Yeah.
Whether it's Brennan, Clapper, Tish, and Obama shouldn't get off scot-free. I don't know if he will or not. I don't even know with this thing. When
Okay.
when Tish goes in and she gets a judgment from this corrupt clown judge,
Mm-hmm.
does it make it hard to say, well, you were only doing this to go after somebody and deprive their rights? And Tish says, well, the court came down in our favor. I don't know. I don't know enough about the legalities of it all and how it
well,
would shake out.
She campaigned on it, so
Right,
there's
that's something.
there's
But
something.
that's Democrats in general. They all campaigned on jailing Trump. I mean, what are we gonna? I mean, you're
I don't
right. They
know.
didn't do it as specifically.
Well, and they didn't do it as figures in the legal
Right.
arena.
True.
You know, she's like I'm gonna, you know,
Yeah.
she has a chance to go after him
So we're gonna
literally, and she did.
Yeah,
So
we'll keep a sharp eye. I just don't know where it's
judge-
going to go exactly.
I mean, the judge, I feel like there were objections to the judge because he had been openly critical of Trump. I could be wrong. I
The
don't
entire
remember.
trial was a farce.
I know it was. So hopefully there's a record of if that is the case, so that's,
Yeah.
you know, balanced out by his own bias. Anyway,
And then I'm going to say pretty much lastly, I think
Yeah.
we've got our old buddy Hunter is back.
oh,
I
really?
think
Is it
this
another
is part of
cooking
the
show?
same interview that he did.
Okay,
And
probably.
he doesn't come off quite as unhinged here. Seems like
Okay.
the same guy. I think it's Andrew. I can't remember his name. The guy who interviewed him.
Anderson Cooper.
No, it was Andrew.
Oh, it's
something.
not
He's a
him?
podcaster.
Oh,
That
this
podcaster
guy-
from last week. Yeah.
That's right. It was kind of like a small.
Yeah, he did. He would
I
not
want to
necessarily
say
super
like
famous.
a nobody. I don't want to say nobody. I mean,
And
that-
we
that
all know.
sounds-
I mean, I don't know
but-
about you guys since last week, but I've been practicing my Hunter's crack cocaine recipe.
How's it coming
It's pretty
along?
good. It's pretty good. Now I've had to put it on pause because of the tooth pulling incident.
Oh my gosh.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all. Andrew Callahan.
That's who it was. He's a podcaster.
Okay.
And here's Hunter, and this is what they're talking about. He's not going to come off quite as unhinged in this. I mean, you still know it's Hunter,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah.
But he's talking about the Epstein. Was Epstein a suicide? That's
he
the
weighs
question.
in?
Yeah, he weighs in.
Okay.
Hunter
Got
weighs
it.
in.
Okay.
Do you think it was like a suicide? Epstein?
What happened? No.
No. Nobody does. I mean, really, except for all of a sudden Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. Nobody thinks it was. Is that you have that renowned doctor, a coroner, that did the, what's it called?
Postmortem autopsy.
Yeah, the postmortem autopsy.
I don't know if that's what it's called.
He talks about all the different, the different fractures
was
in
a
his neck and how it was
postmortem
impossible that he
autopsy.
could have done that.
You can't
by simply
commit
leaning
suicide by
forward.
strangling yourself.
What?
You can't commit suicide.
Exactly. And
You
he
can't
says,
strangle yourself to death, even if you hate life.
yes, exactly. That literally.
What they're saying is that you can't. They're bleeping it some, probably to get it on TikTok because there's words obviously that.
Right.
So what they're saying is that you can't strangle yourself to death. Like it's impossible. That's what they just said.
Is an impossibility in a fiction. And there's this idea that what he did is like he leaned forward. Well, none of it matches up. There's that guy that just testified not testified. He was interviewed that was in the cell next to Jeffrey Epstein's. And he said it's just absolutely impossible that he would have been able to do that. Now you have the tape that comes out, and it's not just 1 minute missing from the tape. It's actually 3 minutes from the tape has been overwritten.
Well, you know that's standard protocol at the most secure facility in the country.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just that alone. You have someone that everyone absolutely knows that if anything happens to him you're going to be accused of a gigantic cover-up. And he dies, and the guy that is his co-conspirator in France, what's his name? He just happens to, commit suicide or, die in mysterious ways in prison. And, the woman who living in Australia, she commits suicide just before that. I mean, look, again, I'm feeding into the conspiracy, but clearly, I mean, who believes that he killed himself?
No one.
Nobody.
Well, this is Jake Tapper.
I'm so sorry. The first quarter of that, I thought that Hunter was supporting the fact that he killed himself.
No, I find myself coming on board with Hunter in this one.
Well, I mean,
maybe it's because I've been using his crack recipe. I don't know.
Cooking
But
show really made an impression on you. Yeah, sorry. I shifted. My brain had to shift because I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
I mean, not many people believe it was a suicide.
Well, no, nobody believes it. And I'm sorry, I was shocked to hear him say that he was in that camp.
I was a little surprised too. That's one of the reasons I played it. I thought, look at Hunter coming down on the side of normal intelligence, rational, yeah.
Right? I thought for sure he'd
Hunter 2028, baby.
No, don't even say that. Can you imagine? Okay, Hunter, Pete Buttigieg, Stephen A.
Well, don't you feel like Hunter would just kick Pete Buttigieg's ass all over the place?
Oh yeah.
Like in real life, physically, if he had to, he doesn't care.
In every way.
He's probably got his gun still, his illegal gun that he got pardoned for.
Even completely high, Hunter has all the advantages.
Pete Buttigieg would have his chest feeding apparatus on it. Hunter'd be like, what the F?
Gosh, no. So, I don't know, Todd. That's crazy. Hunter.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Hunter's sounding rational.
I know. That's almost it. The only other thing, we'll go out on a little bit of levity today.
Okay.
Speaking of Hunter, this is Norm Macdonald. We're going back to the crocodile hunter.
Oh.
It's a good little clip here. And we like to just have a little bit of fun once in a while. And
I wanted to talk about the crocodile hunter. Did you? Because I think you're going to make him sad.
He's with Jon Stewart.
It was tragic at the time, but I think
he's so nice.
I don't know. People call him, and then they're shocked. Oh, hey, you wouldn't believe it. Who got killed? The crocodile hunter.
Oh.
Please don't make me laugh at this. This is not good. He was 44 years old. I'm like, that's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter. That's not.
Norm.
And
He's
you
so
know who
good.
had to be pissed about it were the crocodiles, because he got killed by some fruity fish. So you know the crocodiles were like, "Hey man, that crocodile hunter got killed. Who did it, Frank?" You don't even want to know. please don't do this anymore. Bill, man, you had a chance. When the guy go, man, I had a chance. I had that mother. He was Tommy with a stick. I could have eaten him and his kid. I don't feel good about this. You remember I ever tell you that story, Bill? Yeah, only 1,000 times. That's for the kids.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I'm with Jon Stewart on that.
You don't want to hear it.
I was just feeling really bad laughing about it, but that is so funny. It's funny now. I bet at the time that was hard to.
Everything we laugh about on Todd's World is absolutely only appropriate.
Yeah, you think so? Oh,
I thought
he was
that was
so good.
fun.
He was so good.
I miss Norm. I really do. He
know.
was a fabulous comedian and
Yeah,
gone too soon.
definitely. How old was he? Do you
I don't
know?
know how old he was, but I think he was under 60 or around 60 or something, maybe.
Okay, I didn't even know it was that old. Wow.
Ballpark. I mean, he wasn't that old.
Right.
So sad.
I know. You say under 60, and I'm like, I'm still thinking that's much older than we
No.
are.
I think he was under 60. I'm really not positive. He could have been a fuzz older than 60, but I think he was in that realm. So it
That's
wasn't very long ago
hilarious,
that he
though.
died, and I think he was 10 or so years older than us,
Yeah.
So
Wow.
anyway,
So
gone too soon. Gone but not forgotten.
we love
Both
you, Norm.
the crocodile hunter and Norm. It's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter.
That's a great line. It really is. Oh, that's funny.
Well, I think we did it all this week, Carrie. Did we miss anything?
I don't know. We covered winning. We covered
Green dildos.
WNBA
Flying through
accessories,
the air at the arenas.
new merch, and do you want to promo the other show real quick?
Yeah, we have Beers with Jesus, guys. That'll drop tomorrow. We do Wildly Opinionated News Hour Tuesdays. We drop Beers with Jesus on Wednesdays. Beers with Jesus, we walked through the Bible stories. We did Mark for a while, so the story of Jesus. Now we're in the Acts of the Apostles, which is the continuing story of Jesus and his disciples and the founding of the church. And there's miracles
good
all
stuff.
over, and there's all kinds of fun stuff.
Go back and listen to if you haven't listened, because like last week, my mom and I were talking, and she was like, I didn't know that story either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we weren't familiar with that
That's
one.
the nice
So
thing about just walking through it is that we get them all,
it's great. I know, because in like our liturgical calendar in church, which I know I could be talking about this on beers, not here, but anyway, they don't always go like from one chapter to the
Right.
next. They jump around some highlights, but
Yeah.
I clearly have missed some things over the years.
Well, who hasn't? It's a big book.
The other thing, it is a big book. The
Lot
other thing
going on.
I wanted to add is I heard someone talking on a podcast about how rating the podcast really helps its exposure. So
you're right.
I want to ask people I know that you can rate it on
Apple?
On Apple. I don't know if you can rate it on Spotify, but probably. But anyway, wherever you're listening
I
to it,
don't
if you
know
can-
either.
If you can find a place
Yeah.
to rate us, we always ask you to share with a friend, but also go and give us a good rating because
Yeah, subscribe and follow.
Yeah,
You'll find us.
apparently
It's
that
all on
helps.
Todd's World.
Mhm.
My books are on. We've also got toddsworld.net where we've got all the gear. The books are on Amazon under
fun
Todd
merch.
Allen. You've got my memoir.
Excellent
You've
books.
got Insurrection. You've got Witness. Some stories
Mhm.
out there. The new one, 9 Mile Point. So go out, get them. You'll enjoy them. And
There's
then catch
something
up with
there's
us tomorrow.
something for everyone, really.
Something for everyone.
I love that.
If you're looking for a green dildo, well, you can probably find one on Amazon.
You know what?
Buy
Todd?
it in the cart with my book.
Apparently in bulk. You can buy like 20 of them at a time. Todd, I just realized how cool it is that you have something on there for everyone, even though you're not always the most agreeable person.
What do you mean I'm so agreeable? I was a 2 or something. I don't remember.
2 on the agreeable scale.
Yeah. There
But
was a
it's
0 in
true.
there somewhere, but I think it was one of the subcategories.
But you really do have something for everyone out there.
Well,
It's
I'm
cool.
glad we do
So,
what we can. So, all right, Carrie, thanks for joining me today. We'll be back next week.
Thank
Guys,
you.
rate us. Carrie's
Please.
absolutely right about that. Follow us so you don't miss a show.
Thank you.
And tell your friends. Send it out. Everybody will love it.
Well,
You know, if
see
the
you next week.
WNBA was smart,
Yeah.
they would play into it. Like they would
Yeah.
have like green dildo like holders for their beer and stuff. Like they would like laugh along with it. Like Christy
Right?
Nome in South Park. You talked about South Park, and we didn't get into it
Oh my
today.
gosh.
They went after Trump. They went after Christy Nome.
Christy
You know
Nome
what?
was hysterical.
By and large, South Park has been. They didn't do much with Biden, but by and large, they've been pretty equal opportunity. And I like the satire and the humor, and I'm all fine with it. But what I thought was great
Yeah.
was Christy Nome made her South Park character her like profile pic on X or whatever.
She did?
Yeah, isn't that great? And that's
for
what I
her.
think. Lean into it.
Yeah.
Like
Charlie Kirk accepted the stuff really
did the
well.
same. Yeah.
Oh
Don't.
yeah, he did.
But the WNBA.
He said his compulsive water drinking and setting the mic down and all that. He's like, oh my gosh, they nailed it. I do that all the time. It's really funny.
Laugh at yourself.
Absolutely.
You're a bunch of lesbians playing basketball. Laugh at yourself. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you at Beers with Jesus
See you next
tomorrow.
week. Cool.
Which we expect will be lesbian free.
Most likely.
And we'll catch you next week on news. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks, Gary.
Bye.